Ladies and gents, the other day, almost a week ago today, and the video is still up as I'm recording this one, someone removed their DPF from their 70 Series Land Cruiser. Now, I won't mention any names. You've probably got an idea of who it is if you're in the know. Now, I know this guy quite well. He's not a bad bloke, but what he's done is a massive cluster. He's recorded a video for YouTube and released it with himself and the mechanic from that workshop stating the fact that they have removed the DPF and it's a good thing to do because the vehicle runs way better now and he had problems with the DPF. It doesn't have a DPF anymore. You can't do that. And then worst of all, you put it on the internet. Being blasé about removing this stuff, it sends the wrong message. What is relevant is that you know why you shouldn't remove that DPF. The majority of people, they wouldn't have a clue even what a DPF is and what it does and what the repercussions are if you remove it. So stay tuned and I'll tell you why you should or shouldn't remove your DPF because the repercussions are dire. Quick message to my regular viewers out there. I know you've been waiting for another travel video. I've got two sitting there waiting, but this video is far more important for the timing of it because of the video that was released from another channel recently. A DPF, diesel particulate filter. It filters out all that nasty stuff, all those tiny little particles that come out of the back, also known as soot. Now that soot can get into people's lungs and then make its way into your bloodstream and sort of slowly kill you that way or kill people that way. It is basically to do with emissions. So it is Euro 5, Euro 6 standard emissions, which we have here in Australia now. You can't mess with that. If your vehicle comes with a DPF, do not tamper with it for a number of reasons. Because if you do remove that, the repercussions are huge. And it's not just the chances of being fined a ridiculous amount of money, it is also your car insurance, your car warranty, all those kind of things are going to come in play. So we're going to get into all those details. So basically a DPF catches all those fine particles in the soot and then burns it off. Now the only way you can get away with having a vehicle that soots, like I have, is buying one that's before they implemented the law of having DPFs on vehicles, which was 2016 onwards. So the main reason why people want to remove a DPF is to get the V8 sound. And I'm a big fan of that V8 sound. If I happen to own a post 2016 vehicle, I would not remove the DPF. I'll put up with not having much sound at all. And that is why I've purchased a 2015 Troopy and I still own my 2013 79 Series dual cab Land Cruiser because they are pre-DPF. I do not want to own a DPF vehicle, not just because of the sound, but for another reason as well. And this is the second reason why people want to remove their DPF. And that is potentially causing a grass fire, a bushfire, because the DPF on a 70 Series Land Cruiser hangs really low. They get really hot when they do the burn off. This is a fact. There is potential for a grass fire to start, although it's rare. The third reason, which is the biggest bullshit reason of them all, and that is you're restricted on power because you have a DPF. Well, there are a number of tuning shops. I'm not going to mention names here either, but they have claimed that they can make almost, if not the same amount of power regardless if you have a DPF attached to the vehicle or not. When it comes to power and torque, it doesn't make much of a difference. So the thing is, what's the point of having those extra couple of ponies of horsepower? You know what I mean? What's the point? It's a four-wheel drive, for goodness sake. You're four-wheel driving. It's not a race car. So here are the reasons why you shouldn't remove it, you shouldn't mess with it. Number one, your vehicle warranty. It is said by numerous manufacturers, if you remove that DPF, they will void all warranty because you tampered with the vehicle and you actually made it unroadworthy because it'll be deemed unroadworthy. That is something you need to think about and it's something you need to actually research. Okay, look, I don't care if you remove the DPF, it's up to you. I just want you to understand the repercussions if you do it. The reason number 2 you shouldn't remove it, insurance. This one's actually, let's take RAC. So I went there, these are available online. There's Allianz, there's all different insurance company ones. So, but I've just got 2 here because they're pretty much all the same. So RAC will say they will not insure your vehicle if your vehicle is overloaded, not roadworthy, not registered, or not meeting relevant government transport regulations. Basically, there's a lot of statements in there. There's a lot of other potential issues that a four-wheel drive could have, being overloaded and all that. We're not focusing on that. We can focus that on another time. We're focusing on the roadworthy and meeting relevant government transport regulations. Okay, so this one is from the Club 4x4. It's a bit different. From what I'm reading here, they are not mandating the fact that if you remove your DPF, you're still going to be insured under Club 4x4. And here's why. This is my interpretation of it. It's not a statement from them. This is what I've taken off their website. The reason why they won't insure you is your vehicle was converted, altered, or modified from its manufacturer's specifications and is no longer roadworthy or legal within the state it's registered, and the illegal modification contributed to the claimable event occurring. What that means is if you remove your DPF from your vehicle and you have a motor accident under Club 4x4, they're still going to cover you because it's not your DPF's fault. That's not the reason why you had an accident. It could be your brakes, it could be your tyres. So if you had tyres that were too big and that was deemed the reason why you rolled over or something, that's the reason why you won't get covered. So I can't see anywhere where a DPF will cause you not to get paid out for a Club 4x4. However, most other insurance companies, you won't get paid out. You won't get a payout. This is from the Department of Transport. The Department of Transport currently does not endorse the removal of diesel particulate filters or issue exemptions. DOT has had many requests to approve the removal of diesel particulate filters because of fire risk in rural areas, which is a real prospect. Conversely, we have had ministerials asking us to prosecute workshops because people are removing DPFs, citing the carcinogenic properties of diesel particulate as stated by World Health Organization. This is serious, guys. Emissions is a huge thing. They don't around. They're serious about this. Look at Volkswagen. One of the guys high up there, right? He got jailed 7 years. He only served 3.5, but he got sentenced to 7 years. And that company got massive fines from all different countries all around the world for cheating emissions. Australia alone fined them $125 million for cheating on emissions. In the state of New South Wales at least, and this could be federal, that's one thing I haven't quite figured out yet. The fine for an individual for removing a DPF can be up to $250,000. That's $250,000 if convicted in court. A workshop, $1 million. That is why I'm making this video, so you guys know what you're getting yourselves into. The fact of the matter is, you've got someone who's released a video being blasé about removing this stuff. It sends the wrong message. It just sends the wrong message out there. And it's similar to when I had a particular roof rack on my vehicle. I felt I had to do this other video to explain how I ended up in that situation and why I was removing myself from that situation and explaining the roof loads and all that kind of stuff. So this is a similar situation here. This is actually probably worse. If you want a vehicle that doesn't have a DPF, you're going to have to buy one that's pre-2016. Like if you got anything after that, you're stuck with what you got. But it's up to you what you want to do. It's totally up to you. I just want to make sure that you are aware of all the facts. I think that's about all I can talk about here. So stay tuned later on for something to do with engine tunes, because since having the Troopy, I've discovered that a stock tune off-road is far, far more superior than any tune you could do to a vehicle. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, I'm going to return to my regular travel videos. I have 2 that are ready to go, but I felt this video had to go up so you guys are informed. So, thanks for watching, guys, and don't remove your bloody DPF unless you want to be a dingbat.